Welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of a 4-part series on motorcycle traffic management. Today we're going to be building confidence. We'll try some road here that won't be quite up to freeway speed, but we'll be getting as close as we can and maybe picking up a few tips along the way. So why don't we get going? Alright, the first 3 lessons are basically give you the tools that you need to ride safely out on the freeway or the highway. So we're going to use this road up ahead here, which will try to get us up to near freeway speeds. It's not a freeway, but it should do the job. If you can't find a street like this, then I suggest maybe the freeway on a Sunday morning very early, especially if you can find something that is not in a high traffic area. So right now we're doing 43 miles an hour. Now the minimum speed on the freeway is 65. And at 65 you're going to be stuck, you'll be in the slow lane. And so your bike has got to be able to do at least 65 to even get up onto the freeway. However, if you're planning on going into the HOV lane or the high occupancy lane or the number 1 lane, the fast lane, then you better be ready to do 80 miles an hour, because right now that's what it is. As I said, the speed limit in California is 65, but the reality is in the high occupancy lanes, the toll roads or whatever, you're going to be looking more like 80 miles an hour. You know, at these speeds, things can happen very rapidly. Right now, we're doing 55, just to give you some idea. Things can happen real quickly, so the first thing you want to do is don't follow too closely to the car in front of you. Leave enough space. Also, ride on either side of the lane, not in the middle, either the right or the left when you are close to somebody in front of you, so that you can get the best possible view as far ahead as you can. One other thing I do, I always cover the brake 100%. So I have 2 fingers on the throttle and a couple fingers, whatever's left over, on the brake. I do that to cut down on the reaction time and therefore the stopping distance time. At all times when you're out there, you want to be aware of what's going on around you. That's why you want to make sure your mirrors are adjusted properly. So you want to check those from time to time. At first, you know, as a new rider, it's going to seem overwhelming, all the stuff you got to be doing, and it's like you're going to be paranoid of doing anything. However, after time, it just becomes sort of second nature to you. You know, you've always got to be alert, no doubt about that, 100%. But a lot of the stuff that you know, you might just keep going over and over in your mind and worrying about, that should fade into the background and become, as I said, like second nature after a while. Now, something else that you might have happen to you, and that is that you make for whatever reason, you make some other person in a car or a motorcycle or whatever becomes aggravated at something you're doing, and this could lead to a confrontation. By all means, control yourself, control your adrenaline, and do not get involved with these people. Ignore them. Just move away. Odds are something happens, and it's a car or whatever, you're going to lose. They weigh more than you do. It just doesn't pay to get involved in any kind of road rage situation. So right now we're doing 62. That's close to the freeway speed. And here it's easy. I mean, there's not a lot of cars around. It's manageable. So I tell you what, let's move up a little bit to their speed. And right now we are doing 71. Now this is probably above the speed limit here. So, you know, you do have to also be aware that you could get a ticket if you're on a street that you're trying to get up to freeway speed, but the street really doesn't want to let you. So you might have to work on practicing your negotiating skills, you know, with the police, you know, should that happen. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to do a U-turn here and come back onto that road. Okay, now we'll do a little practical demonstration of dealing with the cars, which you will be. Right now we're up to 41, so we'll get up to speed here. Let's see what happens. Alright, so for instance, if I were on the freeway and I were following this guy, I would want to stay, we're going 57, 60 miles an hour. I'd want to stay about this distance back from him, and I'd want to stay either in this side of the lane or over here, wherever I think I can get the best view looking ahead. Here it's easy because there aren't that many cars, road's clean, nice road surface, but that might not always be the case out there, so you've got to be ready. So that's one way to split lanes when the cars are, you know, kind of distance apart. The other thing is, I never ride next to a car any longer than I absolutely have to. Other than the motorcyclist just plain running off the road in a turn, cars are going to be your next worst enemy in terms of crashes. So let's just move on ahead here. Alright, so we've got a group of cars up here. This will simulate the freeway. And this guy just turned, changing lanes. You never know what's going to be happening. Your best bet on the freeway, of course, is the fast lane, if you can manage that, because there's less going on there than there would be on the other side of the freeway or the highway, the slow lanes, trucks coming in and out, other cars, and the on-ramps, off-ramps, that sort of thing. So again, just stay in the off to one side, look ahead. And as far as the building of speed, whether you're doing 65 or 85, 80, whatever, it's really all about the same thing. There's a little bit more wind, wind shaking you around a little bit, but it's essentially all about the same thing. You'll get used to it. And this is the kind of lane splitting that you do on the freeway, but at a faster speed. But we'll be going over all that in the next lesson, which is lesson 4, out on the freeway. So why don't you stick with me, and we'll see you in the next lesson. So long.